G'day Gel Ballers, I'm Cam and welcome back to Aussie Fun Times. Today we are doing the comparison, the new shotgun gel blaster, the S1897 or S1897, whatever you want to call it. And we're also going to compare it to the good old faithful M97. These are both manual blasters, but this one here is the latest on the market. We thought we'd grab one and do a comparison. So today we're going to have a look at them, have a look at the size compared to the M97, and then we're going to put them on the Chrono and give them a shot. We've got our AK gels here today, so we're going to use the AK, the Alpha King Hardened gel balls through for both of them and see how they go. And just before I open this box here, I just want to tell you how long this thing is, and it is long. So it is a meter and 40 box here, 72 centimeters on that one. So she's well and truly longer. Let's open it up and have a look at it. We got the orange model. Now, I looked at the orange model online and I thought this was like a shiny metal. However, it's a orange, just a all over plastic. So that was, I'd probably go black color in my opinion. But moving on, they give you this little fuel can, little plastic bottle there in the shape of a fuel can. So they've changed it from the little clear bottles to those glasses, and your takes the 7 to 8 millimeter gels. They're just some basic factory ones there. So having a look at it now, or run along it and have a good look. And it is quite large. Righto, let's pull it out and have a look. So that's it there too. Gee, there's a little bit of weight in it. I'm going to get the scales actually in a minute. We're going to do a Chrono and we'll weigh this compared to the M97, the total weight. So it feels good. I mean, it feels good. It's all a nylon sort of plastic feels. I'm not quite sure about that tube, whether it's nylon or not, but this pump definitely is. Oh gee, that's quite strong too. There's some good friction on that. It looks pretty much 1-to-1 size. Nylon trigger. There's a little loop. You got one of your little sling loops there. And there's another, which I'm guessing is a sling loop up the top here. That's only a plastic one. That is too, but this one here looks like just an ABS plastic one. I wouldn't think that would last too long. And if you can see down the barrel there, it's actually a metal. I don't know if you can see that down there, if I can get in, zoom in enough. Yeah, there's a metal, that's a metal, and it's about, I would think about 5 centimeters back down in there. It's a metal alloy barrel. Alright, great. So let's put that here and compare them to the M97 and see how we go. So that's that. This is the M97, brand new out of the box. Let's get it up here and give a bit of a comparison to how they look. So they're looking close there. Those guys who don't know, these just come with a little this black tip here on the end, little sling adapter on those M97s. But just to give them a comparison, that's them sort of side by side. So you can have a look. Definitely longer in the barrel on this S1897. Weight wise, they both feel pretty solid, you know, like even for the M97 they'd be very close. I think there's a lot more plastic on this one. It'd have to be heavier, but I will get the scales out shortly and we'll show you. We'll do a quick video of filming them. But how it feels, I mean, this thing feels real good. I mean, it seems like there's good pressure there. This looks like the opening here, and we'll see how big this is compared to this one, because I know on the M97 this one here is very small. It doesn't hold many gels at all. It's just how far back that goes. So I've got some gels here. Let's load it up and see how far these go. So I've got my bottle here, some AKs. I'm just seeing there's about 10 so far. Oh yeah, that went right down, so that goes a fair way back down in there. Well, already it's taken more than the M97, so that's a good sign. That was one problem with the M97, is that there just wasn't enough room for enough balls. And in our store, in our eBay store, we sell those M97. They're a hopper that go on top of the M97 and let you take a lot more balls. But that there took quite a few balls in there. I might have to fill that up and measure it in another little video, and I'll get how many rounds that actually takes in there, because that's a lot more than the M97. And let's have a look at this. I mean, I had a few there. I think there's about 8 there. Let's get them in there. Really, you sort of got to push them down into the M97. So we'll do, that's it for, let's do a little comparison here just into the tree there and see what sort of pressure they've got. Alright, that fired out a few then. That's pretty fast by the looks of that. Alright, going on to this new S1897. Much heavier from picking up from that to that. This seems like a bigger tube here on the top than the other one. Maybe it's just the plastic, I don't know, but it does seem like a bigger tube. Move that out of the way. Let's give it a go. Couple out of that one. Not bad pressure out of that though. There's a bit of a dud there. It's getting a bit of power out of that one as well. Alright, well, there's only one more, well, 2 more things left to do. We're going to weigh them, and we're going to, we'll set up our chrono and get back to you. Righto, gel ballers, welcome back. We've got the chrono set up, and we're going to chrono test, see what feet per second, or an average, that this S1897's doing. And we're also going to chrono test the M97. Now, both of these have had limited shots. We've had it out of the box, had a few, but both of them, other than that, are brand new. I've had that M97 sitting there for a while. So let's see what they do. Let's chrono first, the S1897. Let's get it on the chrono. So here we go, first shot. 256, 248, 222, nothing. 264, 244, 278, 276. That was a misfire there. 215, 279, 242, 283, 269. So there you go. It looks to me like it's ranging from that 240, averaging probably around that 250 to 260, and definitely throws some big ones up around that 85. So around 285. So there you go, guys. So that one there's definitely got the pressure. It's as good. It's good. I was wondering whether it would have that. So let's do the M97 now. So here we go. This is the M97. 287 first one. 293. 221. This is pretty renowned. They're pretty renowned, these, for throwing pretty high figures, and then they throw sometimes a 300 plus. That's 291, 283, 299, 229, 282. So I'd say fractionally that the M97 is doing, you know, punching a little bit higher than it, than this new one. 264. That's the back onto the 1897. 256, 240, 239, 282. So it gets a few up there. 266, but it looks like the M97 is a little bit above it. So I would say the M97 is more powerful at this stage than the 1897. Just doing those tests. This is probably averaging around that 250, 260. It throws a few high balls up around the 290, but this one here seems to be more consistent around those 260 plus. With a few low balls every now and again, but overall, they're up there with the power. I think that's pretty good. Guys are out on the fields playing with these M97, so I can't see why you couldn't play on the field with one of these new S1897. I think they feel great. I think that overall, with this pump section on this, feels really good. It's a really good spring, like a return spring on that. Yeah, it just feels good, and there's not a lot of movement there. And when I use this one, it's definitely lighter. This one's definitely lighter than this new one by a mile. Feeling that it's just got a little bit more loose there. The pump part, it feels stronger and fuller in your hand on this S1897. It's quite a smooth action still on the M97. But I think I really do. I probably like the feel of this new model better. I'd like to probably try one of the sawn-off ones of these new ones and see how they go. I reckon they'd be pretty good quality too. So overall, I think they're great. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to set them up and actually on the scales and give you the weights of what's going on. Another thing that they don't have, that the M97 does have, is this tactical rail on top and on the side. So that is pretty handy on this one here. This doesn't have any tactical rails at all. It's pretty much only got you two sling holes, so one there and then one down here at the top. So that's an advantage to the M97. But most of the time, most people had to put the hop up on here because there wasn't enough. There's not a lot of space inside the little hopper, so to fill it up. So they'll put in these hoppers on that rail anyway and use it. And this one here, we sell like a kit. There's like a 5 shell kit, looks pretty cool, slides on there and goes on with a little grub screw. So that's a nice little extra there. I'll put the links down below for those hoppers. We're out of stock of the hoppers at the moment, but we do have a few of those shell kits left. We've got a lot more stock coming in soon. So, but for these, we'll be checking out what we can accessorize with them, what we can't over the coming month or so. And you know, we might be able to actually unscrew this top part and get a rail, like your 20mm Picatinny rail on top of there. So it's definitely, you can hold more in this. Like this is holding more. I will do a count. I'll fill it up and then count them out and see how many rounds we're actually getting in this thing compared to this. That'll be a nice little test as well. So let's set up the scales now. We'll set the scales up and give you some weights. Righto guys, welcome back. We've got the scales set up here. I'll just zero them in and let's weigh the 1897 first. Let's get it on the scales and see what we got there. 1.2, that's, I've emptied the gel balls out, 1.24 kilos we've got. So that's 1.24 kilos for the S1897. You've got the good old baby scales out today. These are very handy little scales. It's now for your M97, that's your M97, the sawn-off version, and I know that's obviously going to be heavier. It's not the sawn-off version of the new one. There is a model out that is the sawn-off version, but I'm just giving you a kilo, what they weigh anyway in between the two. Get our scales back on. That is 0.75 of a kilo, 750 grams on the M97. So definitely a difference in weight there. Nearly half a kilo difference. So that's that's awesome, and it feels great, you know. So that gives you an idea of weight. I mean, if you're carrying it around in the field, or you want to hook your young kids up on these or whatever, you know that the M97 is going to be lighter for them if they're using that than carrying around 1.25 kilos. You know, for an adult, that's nothing, you know. So, you know, you could cart that around all day, good fun. So that gives you an idea there, guys, of your weight. The weight of this new gel blaster. So we've had a good look at it today. One last thing I want to do is I want to fill it up with gel balls and give you an idea of how many this thing will hold compared to this thing. I'm going to do the test on both of them. We'll tip them into water. I'll come back to you and show you. I'll give you the amount quickly before we finish off the video. Cheers, guys. Back in a sec. Well, we're back and we have done the capacity tests. So we've loaded up the S1897 with using the AK gel balls. We've filled it up and we've emptied it out and counted it. We got 103 ammo capacity in this new gel blaster. So 103, and I'd probably say the last 2 or 3 were a little bit, I probably pushed them in, but I'd say they were aiming for around that 100 capacity in those. So we got 103 in the AK gels. Into this one here, we got, filled it up, counted them out, we got 25. So 25 in that capacity. So there's a difference of 75, which is a wonder. Most people buy the hopper to go on top of there. So big difference in capacity, guys. Look, we hope that you did enjoy this review today. We've gone through a bit of stuff. We've put them on the we've put them on the Chrono. We've had a good look at them, compared them. I'd still like to weigh in with the little shorter version, but it gives you a very good idea of what these things are built. I'd say overall quality seems a little bit better in this new model, especially in weight and stuff. But in the ballpark, this one's probably shooting a little bit more pressure, but I'm sure this one's not that far off it. You know, it's averaging around that 240, 250, and it shoots a few up around that 80 plus. The M97 seems to get the odd one up around that 300, but overall pretty awesome. I mean, I'd like to use one of these on the field. I'll probably give this one here a go on the field and see how it goes. But I hope that helped you today. I'm Cam from Aussie Fun Times. If you can like and subscribe our page, it'd be much appreciated. We're going to try doing some more videos for you guys and getting some content out just on stuff like this, some reviews. We sell heaps of stuff in our eBay store. We're located in Hervey Bay, Queensland, and all our stock is here in Australia. And we send out 5 days a week, Monday to Friday. So there's a link below to our eBay store. Come over, grab some stuff. We've got thousands of happy customers around the place, and there's heaps of stuff in there. There's gel balls, there's parts, accessories, upgrades, springs, barrels, T-pieces, all sorts of stuff. And we'll be looking for some accessories for this one here to see what we can bring out. I'd like to see if actually a 20mm rail would fit on the top there. If we unscrewed that, it'd be interesting to see if we could get one on there, because that would help out. It'll allow you to put a bit of tactical gear on it. But that's it, guys. Thanks very much. Happy gel balling.